Hey folks, it's Dr. Palermo from the home office with a week 4 informational video for my EDLS 710 colleagues. Hey folks, this is week 4, but I'm starting in week 3 because I want to comment on some of the assignments from last week, and if there was any misunderstanding or I'm clarifying expectations as usual. It seems I'm playing some catch up here. So last week you were to reflect on professional development and ways of knowing. I've just read some of those and they look great. You were to write a belief statement. And the way this authentic leadership assignment is rolling out, there are lots of values and a belief statement per the this I believe kind of oral history exercise that NPR was doing is usually a story. And like the great communicator, one of our ex-presidents, Ronald Reagan, he used to tell stories, and lots of these stories resonated with folks. And I urge you to hone some of these stories. You guys, once you got into this, have some wonderful stories to tell, some heartbreaking stories of overcoming adversity primarily, and overcoming disease and illness and poor starts and poor family backgrounds in order to be successful as leaders and adults. Good for you, and hone those stories. Several of you have stories that, combined with your beliefs and your principles, you need to communicate these to folks, either in interviews or to motivate, to inspire your staff. I hope that these are statements that are going to be helpful to you. Now, the one other thing that I want to mention from last week was I asked you to post your SAP drafts or outlines or something and give feedback. I guess I should have asked you to post by Sunday or something in order to give folks time for feedback. All of you, most all of you, have now posted your draft SAPs or SAP-As, and now go in quickly in the next day or two and give some folks some feedback so that they can hone those or do better at those. Do read the belief statements. I didn't ask you to provide feedback, but read those. You're going to find some interesting reading in there. And case studies. When you're writing your case study, and that's an assignment for the next week or so, many of you are jumping on that one early, please tell us your role. Again, ultimately in the case convening process, it's about folks giving you feedback and advice about your coaching of others. So but clarify your role for us. If it's a teacher and you're the supervisor, that's a little different than if you're the if it's a teacher in the case and you're the mentor. So what is your role? To be supportive? Is it to be supportive to a point and then evaluative? What's your role? Clarify that if you haven't already, so that folks can give you some good feedback on those convenings. The cases themselves are fascinating, and I've enjoyed reading those so far, and I've modeled a little bit of the kind of feedback that I'm hoping you'll be able to give others. So this week is week 4. It is June 13th as I'm making this video, and this week, please read on in Crane and Drago Severson. You're to respond what stands out to you from chapter 4 and Learning for Leadership, the Drago Severson text. You are to develop the third portion of your authentic leadership essay or statement by expanding upon your values and your beliefs. The leadership principles should be values and beliefs in action. So yes, you're going to tell us what you believe and what you value and how these principles can be exemplified in action. But really, standing up and telling a group, this is what I believe, this is how I operate, they're going to believe it if you say, they're going to believe it when you lead by example. So if you say, I believe in hard work, showing up early and staying late is going to demonstrate to those following you that you really do act on these principles. So again, leadership principles should be values in action. And again, if you combine all 3 of these statements together, then I hope you're going to have something that you're going to want to share with others in your leadership role. This week, I'm asking you to post an SAPA, and you can do that by clicking on this link, right? It'll take you right there, and here's where you attach your, click there to attach your file, and I am grading those on a 1, 2, 3, 4 scale. I want to provide you some feedback, and mostly I will tell you if it's not proficient, if it's not a 3 or a 4. So do that. I've tried to clarify a little bit about the case study assignment. Some are going to do it online. Some are going to do it face-to-face on the 25th. But if you're going to do it in the face-to-face session, make sure that you have loaded your case by next week. Many of you have already done that, so that folks can again respond. And I've tried to model that with some questions. I've gone in and read some of the cases that have been posted, and now I'm asking questions, trying to clarify what's your role, what are you doing, how do you want to help this individual improve. So it's all about coaching. Remember, that's the piece here. So you do have lots of work to do. I hope things are settling down at your schools and sites. SAPA, for me to give you feedback, is due by next week. And I look forward to reading your other posts, case assignments, and leadership principles. Thank you. Contact me if you have any questions. I look forward to reading some more this week.